Back again, ladies and gentlemen. Back again. Now, forgive me. My hand's all torn up. I've been pulling Cat 6 cable. You know, because it's not like I need my hands for work or anything. Been a little frayed these days. As you can clearly see, I don't think my beard's ever been this long. But anyhow, back on my subscriber reacts request page. And I'm going down, and I see Kacey Musgraves at her best. Now, you guys know I'm a huge Kacey Musgraves fan. If you didn't know, now you know. Found her through her John Prine song. John Prine is obviously on my Mount Rushmore of American songwriters. And she is a real one. She's a real stone cold killer. And if you don't know, you should know. So when I see someone say Kacey Musgraves at her best, Laszlo Varga, thanks for being a subscriber, I must click. His comment is, watch out for that lovely bum note. I can do that. Let's hit the button. This is Merry-Go-Round. So I know this song. Very cool thing, get this crap out of here. Very cool thing that's happening here. So she's got the capo on the 5th fret doing a D shape. But the focus, right? The bass is coming in on the 5th of that, right? So a D shape with capo 5th fret is a sound of G major. Please forgive me. I'm going to do the best I can with this. But the bass note you're hearing is the 5th of that, which is D. And then when the bass note goes up, it goes up a whole step to E, right? And then it still does this from G, F sharp, G. So it's like... Now, what is happening here? This is, like I said before, G major 5th in the bass, going down to the major 7th. And then this, that is the 3rd of your 4 chord, C, which it goes to. This is a 1 to a 4, and when it's over here, that's your 5th, sharp 4, in key. Yes, I know, don't worry, it's Lydian. Yeah, don't worry about it. But that's that sound. It's a sharp 4 of your 4 chord. You're welcome. Little tiny things that songwriters that just throw a capo up here and just make it work don't always realize that they're doing. But it gives it that girth to have that 5th in the bass and to have that walk up to the 6th, which is the 3rd of the 4 chord, instead of just going right? It's a little more interesting and a little more in tune. Oh my God, I can't stand this nonsense. Hit the button, hit the button.
At 21, you're probably gonna die alone. At least that's what tradition told you. And it don't matter if you don't believe. Come Sunday morning, you best be there in the front row like you're supposed to.
Like you're supposed to.
Same hurt in every heart. Same trailer, different part.
Again, I can talk about the lyrics, same trailer, different part, same hurt in every heart. Supposed to be in that front row pew like you're supposed to. Like, I get all that. That's one of the things I love about her is that, like John Prine, she speaks plain English that we all get. But it's deep. It paints a specific picture from a specific part of America, right? That's why when I did that John Prine tribute video when he passed, I called it a cherished painter of American pictures, because that's what it is. And that's the vein from which I believe she comes. Now, there's a cool harmonic thing that happens in here. It goes down, let me see if I can spot it for you. Well, there it is, but...
There in the front row like you're supposed to.
So here we're on the 4 chord, C. The third of our 4 chord, E is in the bass. And then what happens?
Same.
Right? Hello there. The root goes down from E to E flat, right? And you still got this. Now, what do we have here? It's almost, it's like, what this really is to me, you know, it's like D diminished, right? It's like you're raising the 1, like you know in that Garth Brooks song, Blame It All, right? Where you just raise the 1 out of nowhere like that, like, and it really creates this tritone that needs to be resolved. That is such an awesome thing to throw in there, and I'm sure she just grabbed it by just saying, "Oh, just put my finger here."
Oh, like you're supposed to. Same hurt in every heart.
And it works because you're going down E, right? Down to the D here, but still keeping this G major tonality. So it creates this that gets resolved by, you hear it? Five, 1, 5, 1, dominant, tonic. Killer vehicle to get back to the 1.
Same trailer, different park.
You heard that 5 finally get in there, that D.
Same trailer, different park. Mama's hooked on Mary Kay, brother's hooked on Mary Jane, and daddy's hooked on Mary 2 doors down.
That's a great line. And the words are so specific. You think Mary Kay, like it tells you a certain demographic, right? Immediately. You know, Mary Jane, obviously, and Mary 2 doors down. Like that's how small of a town it is. Love this girl.
Mary, Mary, quite contrary. We get bored, so we get married. Just like dust, we settle in this town.
Little walk down.
We get married. Just like dust, we settle in this town.
Right?
All is broken. Merry go round, round, round we go. Where it stops, nobody knows.
Diatonic. G, D over F sharp, C over E, over to C, just. But I love how she saves that for the chorus, right? When the melody starts descending too. There's so many cool things in these simple songs.
It ain't slowing down.
Oh yeah, try to stop talking.
Merry go round. We think the first time's good enough, so we hold on to high school love. Say we won't end up like our parents.
Like our parents?
Tiny little boxes in a row. Ain't what you want, it's what you know. Just happy in the shoes you're wearing. Same checks we're always cashing. Buy a little more distraction. Mama's hooked on Mary Kay, brother's hooked on Mary Jane, and daddy's hooked on Mary 2 doors down. Mary, Mary, quite contrary. We get bored, so we get married. And just like dust, we settle in this town. On this broken merry-go-round, round, round we go. Where it stops, nobody knows. It ain't slowing down, this merry-go-round. Mary, Mary, quiet, contrary, we're so bored until we're buried. And just like dust, we settle in this town, this broken merry-go-round. Jack and Jill went up the hill. Jack burned out on booze and pills, and Mary had a little lamb. But Mary just don't give a damn no more.
I mean, come on. That's a tune right there. And again, in the style of John Prine, simple language, painting a distinctly American picture, right? Not that this doesn't happen in small towns all over the world, but it's the words and the phrasing that she chooses. You just see it. I come from a small town, not like middle America. I'm on the East Coast, like in Baltimore, but my little town, you have generations and generations of people who have been there, and you know, a lot of people are related, and a lot of families have known each other, you know. Like you go somewhere and they hear your last name. It's like, well, I knew your great-great-grandfather and blah, 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 blah. And that's great. The other side of it is that many, many people settle and don't go and explore and whatever. And they form this codependency with people they meet young, the friends they meet young, and they live in this insular bubble in this insular world. And this happens in urban and rural America, right? It happens everywhere. And we tend to surround ourselves with people we identify with, that we think we're like and think like us and have been through similar things, know things about us, and that we trust. And it can capture you. And a lot of us, like the very last line, resort to the booze and the pills and marry two doors down and buying things that don't necessarily make us feel better about ourselves, because you know we don't feel good in the shoes that we're already walking in, right? Because we know we settled, we know we didn't pull the trigger, you know, and listen to that little voice that knows there's more. There's more out there. There's more in here more than anything. And sometimes you have to remove yourself from a situation or a group of people or whatever to give yourself the chance to go in and say, I can be more and I can do more. You guys hear me state a lot on the channel that the true fight is within, and it's true. One of the other things that's true that you hear they say is you are the sum of the 5 people you're closest with. You know, they say a lot of things, but that one's real. And if you find yourself in a situation, whether it's your parents, your spouse, girlfriend, friends, employers, whatever, where you've been doing the same thing with the same people, getting married because you're bored, you know, whatever, for years, and years turn into decades, whatever, and then you find yourself at that spot, you know, where you're just like, you know, it hits you, and you realize sometimes it takes removing the anchors to float up. But then you have to start swimming. At the end of the day, it's on you. And Kacey just says it so succinctly and so perfectly, and you just get it instantaneously. You don't need this random analysis, and it means different things to different people. But she, like John Prine, is truly a painter of American pictures, and I'm a huge fan, not to mention her voice and everything she does is just so beautiful and authentic and pure and not mainstream. I'll say it. Not mainstream. Like, you see her on Instagram and do whatever, like smoking joints, like she doesn't care. She does whatever she wants. See you in Philly. Cheers.